Hi, I'm Jen Gallacher with Echo Park Paper, and today we're going to use the A Perfect Christmas collection and a 6x8 buffalo plaid album to create a mini album. To begin with, you're going to need to use a silhouette die cut shape. It is a wreath cut from our solid green pattern paper. We'll add a little bit of adhesive to the back of it to adhere to the front of our album. You can use whatever adhesive you like as long as it will stick to the smooth texture of the album. You need just enough adhesive to make sure that it adheres. Place it in the center of the album, smoothing it out as you go. Now we're going to further decorate a few of the stickers from the Element sticker sheet. We're going to add a sleigh sticker, and I've added pop dots to the back of it. And we're going to place this on the bottom part of the wreath. We're going to add some dimension by using the pop dots to layer items. The next sticker we're going to use is the Santa sticker. Make sure that the bottom of the boots on the Santa align with the bottom of the album. And then finally, we're going to use a little reindeer sticker, and he's going to be slightly offset from the Santa. Then to this bottom edge, we want to add a little bit of text. So what we've done is we have cut a little bit of paper from one of the banner strips. It was already notched. I simply fussy cut it from the paper. We'll add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this paper strip, and then we can place it along the bottom edge of the album, making sure that the right edge aligns with the right edge of the album and the phrase goes along the bottom. Now above that, we're going to spell out the word Noel, and I've already added adhesive to the bottom of these gold die cut letters, and this has been cut from our Cartabella Gold Shimmer cardstock. You can find all of these designer dies, cardstock, and pattern paper on our website. The next step will be to add an ephemera die cut tag. This is the most wonderful time of the year tag from one of the die cut pieces, and to the top I've added about 4 inches worth of twine. We're going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this, and then we're going to stick it so the twine goes towards the top of the album and the tag sits slightly behind both the sleigh and the Santa. Now we're going to make it appear like the tag is hanging from some buttons. So I have a couple of buttons here that I've tied with twine. One I've tied into a bow and one I've tied into a knot. And we're going to use some glue dots to adhere them to the wreath shape. So a couple of glue dots, and you'll want to cover that extra twine that's at the top of your tag, and then use some scissors to trim off a little bit of that twine. Then add this smaller button, again with glue dots, right next to the larger button. Then to add some additional shine, what you'll do is take a few sequins, and a small glue dot will help you easily add these to the wreath. And these are going to serve as the berries for this wreath. So rather than red berries, you're going to use gold sequin berries. And you'll continue doing this for 6 different gold sequin berries. So here's the cover of our book. We're going to go ahead and make additional pages for the inside of the book next. So we're going to create an interior page for this album. We're going to start with one of our pocket pages. These are specifically designed for our 6x8 albums. And this is a 4x6 pocket page, meaning that the width is 6 inches and the height is 4 inches. Now you can use journaling cards in here as well as photos, and we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to start with one of our 4x6 journaling cards, and it is the Santa postcard one. It's already designed. I didn't have to do anything to it. I simply cut it out of the pattern paper. To the address part of this card, we're going to add a die cut. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. And using pop dots, we're simply going to center it right in the middle of that card. Now this card is designed and ready to go, so we can flip it over, and to the back we're going to add a photo mat. Now a coordinating solids kit that comes with this collection includes papers that have 2 different colors. One side is red and one side is cream. We're going to use the cream side face up. So I've pre-cut this so that it is slightly smaller than 4x6. and we'll center right in the middle of that red photo mat. Then I already have a photo, and we have pre-cut it so that it is ready to be centered in the middle of the cream photo mat. And again, I'm just using a dot runner adhesive to add that to the photo mat. To the top of the photo mat, I'm going to add a small die cut from the ephemera pack that says Bah Humbug. And when I'm picking die cuts to go with a photo, I try and match the theme or the feeling of the photo. And since this photo is a little bit silly, I use the Bah Humbug. Once this card is designed, we'll flip it over and slide it into the bottom pocket of the pocket page. Now we can go ahead and create the top pocket. For this one, I used a full sheet of 12 by 12 pattern paper, and I cut it down to 6 inches wide by 4 inches tall. We're going to use the floral side for the beginning part. I have a piece from another sheet of paper that is a plaid paper. You can see on the back it has a wooden floral. Now I've already tied twine to it. I wrapped twine around it several times and tied it into a bow. Now we're going to notch the edges. And what I do for this is I create a soft bend in my paper. Don't fold this all the way, just a slight bend. Then to create a perfect notch that is the same on both sides, I cut about a 1/2 inch from the edge of the paper into the strip, and then I cut from corner to the top of that cut, and I repeat for both sides. And this creates that triangle shaped notch, and now both sides match. Now we'll add this to our floral pattern paper right across the center, running horizontally. And on top of that, we're going to add this die cut, also from the ephemera pack that says Christmas Tree Farm. We're just layering bits here. Now for a little bit of dimension, we're going to add some color and shine with these enamel dots. Now these are the ones that coordinate with your Perfect Christmas collection, and I'm going to use a large, a medium, and a small dot to create a little bit of a cluster. It reminds me a little bit of berries. Now for the next part, we're just simply going to flip the card over and use the same technique we used on the first card. I've pre-cut a photo mat. This particular one is from the solid that has black on one side and wood grain on the other. We're going to use the black side for this one, and we'll center it right in the middle of that houndstooth pattern. Again, I've pre-cut a photo to fit this photo mat. I'll use my dot runner adhesive and simply adhere the photo to the center of that black photo mat. Then for some additional layering, I've taken one of the ephemera die cut tags that says Christmas Greetings, and I've added a little bit of twine to the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and place this right on top of my photo. Now when you're doing this, you want to look at your photo and make sure that you're not covering anything that is important in your photo. So I don't want to cover the tag here and the bow on this Christmas present, so I'm going to put the tag on the left side. Once it's all designed, I'm going to flip it over and slip it into that top pocket. So using the 6x8 pocket pages that come with the album, or rather that are available for the album, you can quickly create a 4x6 pocket page for the album. Let's go ahead and make another inner page. For the next page, we're going to use a 6x8 pocket page. To start with, I've pre-cut a sheet of paper that is 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall, and this will serve as the foundation for our page. To the center of this page, we're going to cut and use a 4x6 photo mat. This has been cut from the solid red that has the cream on the back. We're going to use the red side face up, so we're going to add some adhesive to the back of this, and then we'll just place this in the center of the page. Now I already have a photo selected that will go in the center of this photo mat, and it's one of my favorites. It has my son holding candy canes, and this will go right in the middle of that red photo mat. Now to add some dimension to the page, we're going to use a sticker. It's the Merry and Bright sticker, and to the back of it I have added some adhesive foam dots. This will go right at the bottom along the bottom edge of the photo. Then to this top corner here, it needs a little bit of drama and interest, so we're going to take a sticker. This is a mistletoe sticker, and we're going to stick it right across the top of the photo. Again, remember not to place a sticker on an interesting part of the photo. Now there's a reindeer print on the back, and to the center of this page we're going to add a larger piece of green solid paper. Now this particular paper has two shades of green, a darker and a lighter, so you can use whatever shade you prefer. And this time I'm going to mount the photo mat towards the bottom of the page. Across the top of the page I'm using an extra sheet from this plaid pattern. It has more of the reindeer. It's the same pattern we used for the front, and I'm bringing that pattern onto the back of this page. This is going to go right along the top edge of this photo, and I'm going to leave about 1/16 of an inch at the top of the page. Then to the bottom of the page I'm going to add a photo. Now I'm going to align the photo along the bottom of this red plaid strip, but I want to make sure that there is some green solid paper all the way around my photo. Now I do print my photos at home, but if you're crafting an album like this and you want larger photos, simply request some different photo sizes, including 2x3, 3x4, 4x6, and 5x7. To add a little bit of interest to the top of this pattern, we're going to add this beautiful white poinsettia sticker. And then to add a little bit of dimension and surprise to the sticker, we have these two berries that stick off from the flower. What we're going to do is we'll take these smaller enamel dots in red and we'll go ahead and fill in that sticker. That just creates a little bit of a raised shine to the page. When your page is complete, simply turn it over and slide it into the 6x8 pocket page, and then you can add it to your album. We're going to create one more additional page for this album, so let's get started. Our last page is interactive. What we're going to do is we're going to take a sheet of 12x12 pattern paper and you're going to cut it to 11 inches wide. It will be 8 inches tall. Then using a scoring tool, score a vertical line 6 inches from the left side of the paper. And then just use your finger to crease the fold. We're going to build the page using the plaid piece first. So we're going to create a couple of different layers using a peekaboo effect. First we're going to start with a sheet of the solid red paper that's been cut down to 4x6 inches. And we'll go ahead and adhere this to the center of this plaid pattern paper. To the top of this piece of pattern paper, we're going to add a sticker. It's the A Perfect Christmas sticker. And we're going to stick it just above that photo mat so that you can still read the word Christmas. So we'll take a photo that we've pre-cut to fit this photo mat, and we'll add adhesive to the back of it. And we're going to adhere it to the very bottom part of that photo mat, leaving just a little bit of a border around the entire photo. Next, we're going to take this 4x6 journaling card, which I cut from the 4x6 journaling paper, and what we're going to do is we're going to crease just that top part about a ½ inch from the top. Now you can use a scoring tool for this, or you can just use your fingers and eyeball it. We'll add adhesive just to this fold. Don't add adhesive to the rest of the journaling card, just that fold. Using the top edge of the photo mat and the top edge of the journaling card, rub that adhesive together. So basically we've created this peekaboo effect. To add some additional dimension to this, we're going to take a button, which I have tied with twine, and we'll add it to that tab with a glue dot. Simply center it in the middle so that your bow is facing the right way. Now to further decorate this particular peekaboo piece, we're going to lift up the tab again, and then we're going to take an additional tag from the ephemera die cuts. I've added a little bit of black ribbon, and I've done the same thing where I've created a vertical fold here in this tag. And again, this time we're going to use, rather than dot adhesive, we're going to use glue dots only on the top fold of that tag. This allows it to fold up when you place it onto your page. So we'll add the adhesive, pushing it down into the page, so this will lift up and reveal the photo as well as this. Now this interactive page will open up, And you'll have two pieces on each side. You'll have a left side of the fold and you'll have a right side of the fold. For the left side of the fold, we're going to use a photo mat that's been cut from that red paper. Again, it's 4 by 6. Add adhesive to the back and center it right in the middle of that wood grain pattern paper. Add your photo. And this will go right in the center of that photo mat. Then to decorate that photo mat, we're going to use both a die cut as well as a sticker. The die cut says "The elf made me do it," and this entire album features my son as an elf as well as our elf on the shelf. We'll place this towards the right side of the top part of that photo mat, and then we'll use one of the stickers. It's another poinsettia sticker, and we'll just add it to that die cut. We'll do the same thing here on the right. Add a photo mat, center it in the middle of that paper. Then we'll add a photo. Right in the middle of that photo mat. And then we have a die cut that we'll add. Now here's another way you can create a peekaboo effect. Rather than folding it, you can simply add a glue dot to the left edge of the tag. Make sure it doesn't go on top of your photo, it's a little bit offset. And then this tag will now lift up and reveal the photo. Now for the last part of this page, we're going to do the back side of this plaid. Photo mat, same technique we've been using for this page. Red side up, centered it in the middle of that paper. Add your photo. We'll add this little sticker that says "I love Christmas" right along the bottom edge here. We'll add this Joy banner sticker to the top right corner, making sure we don't cover any part of the photo. I have an additional card that I've cut, or rather pulled from the ephemera pack and folded here with a vertical fold. We're going to add some glue dots just to the folded part, so it creates another peekaboo effect. The crease will go right along that left edge of your photo, and that will open up and reveal here. And then just to add some color, we're going to add some of the lighter green enamel dots to this particular die cut, a large, a small, and a medium. And then you can see how this lifts up to reveal the photo below. So this is the last inner page. Let's give you a peek at all of the pages included in this album. So let's take a look at the inside of this album. So again, here's the cover that we created, and I'm going to flip through the pages so you can see how this works. Here's a 6 by 8 page, decorated both sides. This is a 2 by 2 square, and I've actually cut this third row off, and I have loose pieces, photos, as well as decorated squares, and it's double-sided. This is one of our 3 by 4 journaling cards. I've added some tags. This is the interactive page that we created. You can see how fun it is for people to look through it. And here's our interactive page. You can see how easy it is to flip through. And we've added to the album simply by adding punched holes on the left side. This is our combo pack. It has 2 3 by 4 as well as a 4 by 6, another 6 by 8. And here is another interactive page. This one is fun because we've used a row of 3 by 4 journaling cards to create an accordion album. So you can create little mini elements within your album. Another 4 by 6, this is the one we worked on together. Another combo page. And you can see throughout this album, we've used elements, stickers, die cuts, and enamel dots to create all of these different pages. They're cohesive because each element works together, and they're all designed to create this beautiful album. Thank you for joining me for this instructional video. For more information and to view the complete collection, visit echoparkpaper.com.